Hello, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. We're excited to be here on the Fibromyalgia Impact Tour. We have a special guest all the way from the East Coast. So East Coast meets West Coast over here. So we're excited to have her join us today. Chastity, I'm so excited to have you. It's a thrill because I've seen your work for such a long time. So I'm so glad we can connect. And I think with this Fibromyalgia Impact Tour, what we're doing is we're highlighting other advocates around the country and even the world who are making an impact in their community and sharing all the wonderful services and programs that they've created. So all of you out there, if you're tuning in, watching live, please let us know where you're tuning in from, participate in the conversations, share the discussions. We want to hear from you. And definitely don't forget to connect with all our advocates that were featured here. We're going to kick things off with introductions. So I'm Melissa Talwar from the Support Fibromyalgia Network. I am here with our guest host as well, Looms for Lupus. So they're going to introduce themselves to all of you.
Hi, good morning and good afternoon. And like Melissa said, from the East Coast to the West Coast. So we're so excited to have you here, Chastity. And I am Estela Mata. I'm one of the co-founders of Looms for Lupus, a nonprofit organization that was formed once my sister was diagnosed with lupus. And we support those living with lupus and overlapping conditions such as fibromyalgia, their loved ones and caregivers. So we're excited to be here this Friday, beautiful Friday, gloomy Friday,
yes.
But we'll brighten the day.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. I'm Juana Mata. I am the other co-founder of Lupus for Lupus, and I was diagnosed with lupus in 2009. And since then, my sisters and I have been advocating, and we're excited to be here with Chastity and Melissa today.
Well, I'm so excited to welcome. I'm going to read your bio for everyone because I love it because there's some really good key points here that I want to do in the intro. So I have to be like an official host, right? Okay. So Chastity, welcome from the Social Butterflies Foundation. She was diagnosed with systemic lupus in 2005. She is a strong advocate for awareness and is known to many as the Lupus Conqueror. She founded the Social Butterflies Foundation, which is an organization dedicated to ensuring that lupus and fibromyalgia survivors know that they are not alone. She's often quoted as saying, "Butterflies don't let each other fly alone," which I love. You're going to have to let us know if there's a t-shirt with that saying later. So the Social Butterflies Foundation provides resource information, opportunities to socialize with others who are living with lupus and fibromyalgia, support groups, educational conferences, outreach programs. I love the scholarships, the emergency medical financial assistance, college scholarships, and so much more. So lupus and fibromyalgia awareness is not about a month, it's a movement.
Yes.
Okay. I love that. Welcome to the Impact Tour.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited. And you guys look so beautiful.
Oh,
I can't wait to meet you in person.
I know we're going to have so much fun meeting in person. It's always it's hard sometimes to see everyone virtually. And you're just like, okay, when is this so we can all get over there, especially since we've been to your area so much. But one is just let's get into the interview and highlight all the work that you're doing because there is so much. And I think I came across the work that you were doing maybe a couple years ago. I don't remember 2020. But the fundraising and the groups and all the activities, I was like, I need to connect with this organization because it's both lupus and fibromyalgia. And you also mentioned fibromyalgia. So let's get started with what inspired you to start the Social Butterflies Foundation.
I remember what it was like when I first got diagnosed. I didn't know anything other than I've heard the word lupus before. And I know when my great-grandmother passed away, they said that lupus was also part of what was going on with her. But again, I didn't know what it was. And so I just remember feeling lost and alone, isolated, like, oh, I know what I'm going to die from, and went to the internet, started searching, and that just made me more paranoid than anything in this world. Don't go to the internet like that. And once I started being in the hospital back to back to back, and when I was well enough, I said, I have to speak out and let people know about this. So I just started simple posts and sharing with people what was going on with me. Because at first I didn't want people to know, like it was a little nasty secret. But then I realized if I'm going to be out with my friends or family, they needed to know, because if something happened to me, they need to know what to do. And just from that, I just began advocating and speaking out and continue to educate people and share. And then I realized that we don't have a lot of resources and true information out there for people. And I started meeting more survivors. And it was like, God just, sometimes God just puts something in your head. And I'm a part of a sorority, and my line sister always called me a social butterfly, but I'm not really that social, so, and that it just came together like social butterflies. I wanted to make sure that people knew they were not alone, and people should not have to choose between paying their rent and getting their medication. And if there's a young survivor that wants to go to college, she should be able to do so. She or he should be able to do so. And we need more educational resources like the summits and health fairs, so that we can know that there's things out there available for us, and people need to know how to advocate for their health. Because you think you go to the doctor and you working for the doctor. No, they work for you. So you need to let them know what's going on with you, and they are there to help you. You're paying them. So.
Well, I think that's why a lot we like came together and vision of just making sure we share the resources, education. And I was so impressed too with the scholarships, which we'll get into shortly with Estella talking about that a little bit more, because that was one thing that's always been trying to get implemented, but you were doing it. So I was like, oh, okay. Like you took all that grit and just like went ahead and then just created an organization and doing it at the grassroots level and really like honing into the community of what they needed specifically and built programs around that.
Yes, and it's so amazing to see everything that you're doing and how you're connecting. And I think one of the most important things, like Melissa was saying, is highlighting the work that you're doing, because you are actually looking at what the community needs, the gaps that it has, and you are filling those gaps. And I know you offer support groups, scholarships, education events, and so much more. How did you know what to start with each of these programs, or how to provide all this to the community? And how did you provide this space for everyone? I know you're talking about scholarships and students and and all of that. How did all that come about?
I guess my first thing that was pressing to me was people not being able to get their medication. Now I know we're not supposed to like medication swap or whatever, but I have close friends and things that have lupus, and we all get prescribed a lot of times the same medications. And then it's like if they lose their job, a lot of times there goes their medical benefits, which means they can't afford to pay for their prednisone or their Cellsep. And so, there was times that I admit I would share. Here, I got the same milligrams of Cellsep here, or you need prednisone here, because I didn't want to see them sitting there suffering and hurting. You need your medication, but you can't get it. And then you're waiting forever for like the whole disability process is just upsetting. You have to apply for disability, hope you get approved or you get turned down, whatever, that whole ping pong effect. And then when you do get disability, you have to be on it 2 years before the medical portion is approved. So it's like, no, people need their medication. They need to be able to go to the doctor, especially we're in the middle of a flare. So it's like the fundraisers, the people in the community pull together and they support the fundraiser efforts so that we'll be able to provide the programs and services to help the survivors and their family. So our community has really been very supportive. And even like the local businesses, they've been very supportive when we reach out for sponsorships, like for our walk. Our walk is like our largest fundraiser. So that's how we've been able to do it. And I tell everybody, I don't want to have to turn anybody away. So it's like we keep grinding, keep, introducing ourselves to new business owners and things of that nature. Even our local sheriff here, the Newport News sheriff, Gabe Morgan, he supports. Every year he sponsors the walk because he understands the importance of it. So it's the community. You show your community love, they'll show you love back.
Exactly. And Robin here makes, I'm sure all of us feel this too, is like, how can we not help someone in need? Like, how could we ever let someone go without like helping them? And just, I think this is an interesting, as people who have also like founded, like it's always service above self. And that's why like coming together has become so important, because and we'll get into that a little later too, with just not getting burnt out and as stuff as organizational leaders. But like, yeah, we can't let people like go without and all that. Do you also have support groups too in your area?
Yes, we have a youth support group because people are so amazed to find that the children have lupus. A lot of the adults with lupus were diagnosed when they were kids. So we have a youth support group and we have adult support group. In my area, we got like South Side, which is Virginia Beach, Norfolk, Portsmouth, and we got the Peninsula, which is Newport News, Hampton, Williamsburg. So we have it like that. And then we have right now, of course, COVID, we're doing the virtual support groups and we meet once a month, every fourth Saturday. And the support groups are so fun. People are missing that close connection when we come together and meet in person, because we make sure we have different topics covered each month, guest speakers. It could be anyone. We had someone come in that was a dental hygienist. People don't realize that your dental hygiene is real important as it relates to our illnesses, dermatologists, just anything that a person without an illness we need, but sometimes a little bit more amplified. We have to make sure we take care of ourselves, mind, body, and spirit.
Oh, exactly. And just providing that support for everyone. And, I do want to highlight too that your organization was put both for lupus and fibromyalgia. And I'm always fascinated by this because it's like, and there's a few organizations that have done that, and it seems like you were at the forefront of thinking. And I'm always curious, like, how was that decision made? Because we've been working all in silos, and so we know that there's overlap. So how did that decision get made?
Well, my co-chair for the walk, because I started out, I was a volunteer and I brought awareness to this area for one of the larger organizations. And the co-chair, she had fibromyalgia. I call fibromyalgia and lupus cousins, because usually if you got one, sometimes somewhere along the line, you're going to develop the other. And then I have family members that also have fibromyalgia, so it was like both of us have the butterfly symbol, colors, same month. We're family. We have to pull it all together and support each other. And, like for me, I have lupus and Sjogren's syndrome too. So it's autoimmune. We're all invisible illnesses, and it's time for us to make them illnesses visible. That's our goal.
I love it. And this is what this tour is about, highlighting it, and also starting this this movement about working together, and like Melissa said, getting rid of all these silos where you have the fibromyalgia community, you have this other community, and also the grassroots communities like us. You know, we know what's needed in our communities, and if we bind together, I think we can make a bigger impact. And it's amazing to see that a lot of the stuff that you are talking about is exactly what we were thinking about, the same thing when we incorporated the fibromyalgia community and overlapping conditions, and also including kids and their families, because it affects all of us. It affects the person that's diagnosed with a condition, it affects their family, it affects the community. And like you said, if we do our part in our community will support us. And whether it's in the local community where you live or the autoimmune community, I think, you know, we can make a lot of things happen, and you are already making that happen with everything that you're doing. So it's just incredible to see the amount of work that you are doing and to see the amount of support and love that you're doing. And you truly are not allowing anyone to fly alone. So that's amazing.
Thank you. You guys are too. I've been watching you. I was like, I want to go to California.
When the pandemic is over, come on over and we can have a huge event together.
Yes.
Well, we were in Virginia. That's why I was like, oh my goodness. So I think it's like afterwards, it was just all of that, you know, for advocacy and work, and you're all over there. So it's so much fun, and just all the states are close by. So that's why I was like, we got to figure out a tour just over there.
Yes. Everything is near.
I wanted to address, there was a comment here, I guess, to just let everyone know we are live streaming. So this isn't a closed group. So any comments you are posting will be on the live stream. So just to let everybody know that. So whatever you share, personal information and stuff, you don't give us your, you know, your social security numbers or anything, because this is live. I mean, we'll have to go through and hide your comments, but yeah, shout out to everyone that's watching live. Maybe I should just do a hello to everyone. So we could go through hello and let us know. Thank you everyone for tuning in. I know, okay, here's the never fly alone. So hashtag, maybe we.
Hi, Misha.
And Daniel's with us too. So yeah, I mean, there's questions all the time, and these are the types of questions. Do you have groups in like Philadelphia? And we're like, usually I'm like, I don't know. That's why it's like we have to like team up together and be like, hey, you're over here, so we can like have these services over here. So,
but you know, the great thing is, I think I always like to try to look for the positive in a situation. And the one positive I could say that this whole pandemic is bringing is the fact that we're virtual. So we can pretty much provide assistance to anyone, anywhere now. Yeah. You know, like when we do our fundraisers now, they're virtual. So it's not just limited to survivors that's in Virginia. You know, if you're in another state and you need help, like I said, it will hurt me. I cannot turn nobody away. I'm not going to. I'm going to, even if I got to come out of my own pocket sometime, and trust me, I've done it. You know, I'm going to help someone in need, you know, go through the process steps. I'm going to help you. It's not going to be like trying to go to Social Security office. Oh, it's not going to be like that. You know,
but the support as well. I mean, we
exactly
support on virtually, like Looms for Lupus. We have a support group every second Saturday of the month that everyone can join, and it is a Zoom closed support group. So everyone is welcome. So yes, definitely, the pandemic, you know, we don't like it, but we do have something that has brought us together, where we can connect through Zoom and we can still have that support.
Exactly. So you're not alone.
No, and I wanted to highlight, there's Sloban Culpa. So hello, Slobin. You are not alone. She says she's in Canada and she's flying alone. You're not flying
No,
alone.
you're not.
You are here with us today, and we are here to support you. And like Juana and Chastity and Melissa were just talking about, our support groups are closed and they're open to everyone. So we don't know about groups in Canada, but we're probably going to find out, huh, Chastity, because that's what we do. And
Yeah.
but meanwhile, we find you a support group locally to you. What you can do is you are welcome to come in on the last Saturday of the month with Chastity, or on the second Saturday of the month with Looms for Lupus and Lupus LA, and we will be here and welcoming you. So don't worry, we are in this together, Slobin. Kolpa.
And I do know a couple advocates in Canada because we've been discussing a lot of their healthcare needs. So Maggie and Jason, they're advocates up there. So we're working the world here.
Yes.
So that we can come together. And that's like, these are the great conversations we're having, because part of this tour is also assessing the needs, not only like, how can we work better together to share information? And I have a lot of ideas for that. You guys know I want to build these whole tech maps and like open source data sharing so we can have the resources we need.
Yes.
Building and training medical providers through Project Echo that we can all collaborate on. But like, what needs have you seen that still need to be assessed? Are there projects you'd like to see us all work together on?
Oh gosh, one project is definitely with the medical providers. I have survivors that come to me asking which doctors they should get, and especially like if they're in a different state. It would be nice if we did have like a medical directory of lupus and fibro patient approved doctors, because some doctors, they don't have the bedside manner, or they don't truly understand, or they'll look at you like you don't know what you're talking about, as if I didn't live in my body for 40 some years, so I just don't know it, right? So, and it frustrates us as patients to go in there and have them just look at us like we're some kind of hypochondriacs. And it would be great if we could develop, oh, well, here's a list of doctors in the California area that I know survivors have gone through. Here's a list in Kentucky, that come highly recommended. Because for me, it took me 3 times before I found my doctor that is like, I call him my daddy doc, 3 times. And I found him because I was in the hospital when I had my meningitis and stroke at the same time. That's when I found him. The doctor I had at the time.
Right.
So that's something that I would really love if we could put together our own medical provider listing.
Well, we're already on it. I mean, this is where I said to the group, because a lot of the programs we're developing is collaboration. I think that's the key for success on our side. So, or what? And like, please use my brain, my technical brain, for all that we need. I'm donating that to our community coalition. So all the tech side, because I'm thrilled about the possibilities of using technology so we can bring in providers, because that's a big thing. So the like medical providers has been a conversation on the tour. Food insecurity has been on, like, how can people get access to food? Are you noticing that type of stuff in your area?
Last year more so, because when it hit, those of us that were working, had to actually stop working because health risk to be out there, and everything was still up in the air and unknown, about COVID. What's this, can't do this, can't do that, so that, and then we weren't prepared. Nobody was prepared, but we truly, with autoimmune illnesses was not prepared. So I noticed that we've done, we did blessing bags, especially the whole tissue situation. I still haven't figured out like who's hoarding tissue, like why.
It was so hard to find. And then if people were stuck at home, they couldn't get toilet paper. And so
I'm like,
well, we have a picture coming up of the blessing bag. So we'll have you go through that.
So it's like, we were able to pull together and do blessing bags to provide PPE, and we even gave out some toilet paper and things of that nature to help, to help the community out. But
Oh, I mean, that's what we had to do, right? So like this was
yeah,
new, and it was hard because it's like I don't know if you felt this way, is a lot of what we had done or some of the larger organizations focused on research, but we were noticing people needed groceries and toilet paper and
yeah,
shampoo, and like I know I would send people Instacarts around the country to like with Clorox wipes or something, and I'm like, oh, you
something.
found them.
Like, we need to survive now. We need research, true, but we need this to live today. Can we get help now?
Right.
So,
Right.
So it reminded me that our organizations like have that strength of being on the grassroots level, but we also needed to come together because that was heavy duty for our own selves to process what the heck was going on. And especially having autoimmune and underlying conditions, not to like, what do we do? How much do we put ourselves out there? But
right.
then the need to help people at the same time.
I know.
Yes, and going back to the providers and all of that, it is so interesting. That's the one thing that you hear all the time is finding the right provider that believes you, that doesn't just dismiss you, and that actually takes care of you, right?
Yeah.
And we had the Twitter chat on Sunday about the importance of collaboration and communicating with your teams. And I think it's one of the key things is if they understand you, that would be great. And a lot of the things that Melissa's talking about with educating, I think, is a lot of doctors, rheumatologists, just the care team overall, needs to hear from us so they understand us a little bit more. They build that empathy, they build that knowledge so they can help others a little bit more. And like Anita was saying, there's so much bias. It is real with race, with gender, and also you see it all the time. Where we're not heard, regardless of who we are or what we look like. If you're not heard, that's already like, wrong. So it is important to talk to our providers to make them understand that we are people. We're not just a patient, and we are there for help or to get guidance and to work together. And I think what Melissa is talking about is great, because incorporating and educating providers and working with them is really, really something that is needed. And besides all of us working together, obviously.
Yeah. Have any of you experienced or noticed, like, sometimes when you go to the doctor, the different tests and things they run, how much care and treatment they give you depends on the type of medical coverage you have?
Yes.
And that's another issue.
Yeah.
So it's a lot that we do need to meet with the medical community. It's like we need to go to the American Rheumatology Association. Like, listen, we need to have a talk. This is what's going on, because a lot of times they'll overlook.
Yeah, and not only that, Chastity, and you understand the payer, the medical terminology, the terms, the different, the coverage. Some people don't have that knowledge. And some people don't even get that coverage and stop getting their treatments or don't go get their treatments because of lack of resources and money, or even, I know we already have a shortage in rheumatologists. But that's like one problem. Another problem is like the your coverage. How much does it cover? And then once you get that, you get your treatment, and you can't even afford your treatment. So there's like a whole, that's like a whole Pandora box. Like we need more help. But I think where Melissa's going is just making everyone aware of the organizations and what you guys are doing at a local level, and also talking about these things and about what is needed in our community as far as food insecurity, medical, just medical terminology and literacy, and working with providers. I think it's going to be huge. So it's just we're headed that direction.
Definitely. Yes. Well, Chastity, now we're looking forward to definitely working with you.
Same here.
2 weeks ago, we had a great proclamation meeting. And so we want to share some of the advocacy work that you have done. So Melissa can go ahead and start the slideshow or the slides so that you can share with us what you have done.
Woohoo. Okay, so I mean, this logo is really cool too. So we'll get us started, and you can walk us through some of this. I hope I did the organization justice when it comes to this.
Oh, this was at our butterfly walk for Lupus and Fibro, and our wig raiser. We give out free wigs because we take so many medications, and lupus and fibro can cause alopecia. And our brand ambassador and our grand marshal for the walk that year is Coco Brown. She's an actress and comedian, For Better or Worse, TED, Single Wives Club. And so that was a great day. I love seeing the people pick their wigs and just be happy and surprised because they were free. So we'll be doing another one again this year, May 23rd.
Okay, I was going to make sure you gave a plug. We have some more pictures from the butterfly walk coming up. So definitely we'll have to share the information on how we can get involved, because I want to put my own t-shirt orders in.
Okay, great. This is part of our blessing bags giveaway, where we gave out PPE such as masks, hand sanitizer, toilet paper. I don't know why that makes me laugh, because I still can't believe people was hoarding.
It's never going to be a gag gift at Christmas. Remember the times where they give you the gag gifts and you get toilet paper? Now it'll be like, I got toilet paper.
I know, right? So that was fun. We gave away it's like about 600 bags.
Wow. That's a lot of bags. And so was it just you had to anyone in the community, or was this for particular groups?
What we did, because everybody in the community's hurting in the middle of the pandemic, so it wasn't just for people with autoimmune. It was for the community. And it was also like a way, like I said, if you show your community love, they show you love back. So it's our way of thank you and the giving so that we could do our part to help.
That's incredible. That's a lot of giving. And I mean, this is where it's just impressive and learning from each other, like how you even got this organized, or to people out there that wanted to learn and still want to know how they can support and help the community. It's always great to connect with someone like yourself who's organizing these types of events, because it was such a need. I mean, you see these cars lined up all of last year to get resources.
Right. It's a blessing to be a blessing,
Exactly.
We were at James Madison University for the butterfly walk there. And we did a wig raiser there too. So every opportunity we have for an event to give away free wigs, we make sure we do so. So people were giving the wigs, and it was emotional because one lady was actually in tears, so we're trying to hide our tears at the same time. But
I mean, I love these pictures too, because it shows how families involved and just different, just all the support you're getting. And it looks like a lot of fun too.
Yeah. This was the butterfly walk, and the young lady with the tiara, she's a young survivor. She actually graduates this year, and we always do a youth honoree at the walk. And next to Coco holding the scissors is our Mayor McKinley Price of Newport News, big supporter, and city council member. Good Lord. And we got her, and behind Coco is another city council member. So they come out, and the city supports us. They know what we're doing in the community every year. So when I'm sending them that proclamation.
Oh, that's fantastic. They know you. So it's like with Estella and Juana over here.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to be learning from them about getting these proclamations done around here.
So this is more pictures from the butterfly walk. This was the
Right.
same year?
Uh-huh. This was
Okay.
that same year.
Was this your first, or how long have you been hosting these walks?
This was the first walk for Social Butterflies Foundation. I want to say this was 2019. Well, yeah, because we was outside. We got to be around each other. So the walks are usually real fun because we'll have, like the DJ, we have vendors, we have resource information out there. We have superheroes come out so the kids enjoy and the characters. So it's something for everybody. And we just get to unite together and see like, oh, wow, you're definitely not alone. There's more of us out here, So it's a good feeling. Everybody feel energized and happy. And especially when they see our elected officials supporting them, because not shown in this picture, but our congressman even comes out, and support every year.
Wow, that's amazing. So it's a full community support.
Yeah. That's how we're able to do the things that we do.
And who is this? Like, I saw some lovely like family photos too, and the things that you sent me. So
This is Azalea. She was our scholarship recipient last year. She has lupus, and she's now at Virginia Commonwealth University in Richmond. She wants to be a special education teacher. And in that picture is our youth honoree for last year, Christian. He has lupus. I want to say Christian's about 14, 15 now. And Mr. Meek, he actually donated towards our scholarship. And with the blue mask is our scholarship chair, Sean O'Keefe. So.
oh, this is amazing. So it's like giving back to other members of the community and just rewarding the community. It's so nice to see these pictures and everyone and what they're like smiling and happy too.
Yeah, I was happy because she's a very bright young lady and she doesn't let her illness hold her back at all, And when she comes to the support group, she's there and willing to help the other children. And she's just amazing.
Well, that's awesome. It's good to see like you recognizing her too. I'm sure she's just enjoying it and giving back then to the organization as well.
This was our support group meeting last year, right before we got shut down for COVID. And I find painting to be very therapeutic. So at that support group meeting, we did a paint party. Yeah, it was fun. I think we were actually celebrating our anniversary for the paint.
Wow.
Yeah, our support group anniversary.
Oh, awesome. How many years were you celebrating?
That was our 4th.
Okay. We'll have to remember those anniversaries when we move forward and just celebrate all the organizations for establishing. So we'll have like birthday celebrations.
This we did a movie night last year for Bad Boys. So that was like one of our fundraisers, and they brought the kids out. So everybody enjoyed itself. We were able to get the whole movie theater. We actually had 2 theater rooms.
Oh, wow. That's so cool. I can't wait to like go back to some of this stuff that we've missed out on. So, I mean, this has just been incredible to see. I know there's so many more pictures. So I encourage all of you out there watching, please go check out their website. And I think I have posted it again. I'm going to post it again and then follow them on social media so they can check out all the amazing work that they're doing, because I'm just so impressed with everything that's going on. So I appreciate you sharing with us like the journey and the walkthrough, a glimpse of what you do.
Thank you. Look, it just took me back down memory lane. Like, oh.
I know. I can't wait to go back and, do all this. We've always been wanting to do a walk. And just when we're like, okay, we're going to do this, the pandemic shut us down. But I love the movie idea. Like, I thought that was amazing. Bringing all the kids together. I'm a movie watcher. I love to go to the movies, so I miss that. And
Yes.
I love that your community, your mayor and your congressman is also involved. Like us, we've had so much support from our mayor. Like, he's even tuned into our Community Connect Live. So it's great to see that you grab all the community and everyone is so supportive of it. And also, there was a question somewhere there is if you have social workers or counselors working with your support groups, and I don't know about you how you run it, but I know with us, we do have a licensed clinical therapist. So if there is that need, she does come in and help us out, because obviously I'm not an expert. I'm just a facilitator, and we could only offer so much. But I don't know if do you have any social workers or anybody?
Our support group leaders are just facilitators as well. I'm not a licensed clinician or anything like that. We do have life coaches, and we also have a relationship with our local CSB here. Because oftentimes, especially like mostly with the youth, the CSB will reach out to us for information to help their youth out. And so we have them as a resource that if someone needs, that licensed therapist to go to. So we have therapists that we definitely can refer people to. But as far as the support group, it's facilitator. And then also like I said, we bring in special guests that can connect. Like, we even had Social Security come in one time.
Oh,
She did
wow.
great. Yeah. I think we still have that one on video.
That's
And
so great.
yeah.
Well, all the aspects of it. And it's so great to hear about like the youth support, because that means a lot to me. And just like knowing that there's other resources out there that we can provide for people. There was also something too, like, do you offer like veteran related support as well? Because that keeps coming up.
Well, we have, I want to say 1, 2, Dina, Lamisha, Sequoia. Sequoia's still in the Navy. We got like 4 board members who are survivors and either veterans, or one is still currently serving. She should be retiring next year. But I'm in an area that's heavily military. So a lot of survivors are veterans or in the military. So we do have a relationship with the VA, where as far as if someone needs assistance, we can definitely, direct them to the Veteran Support Services with them. And they also allow us to do like a VA work study, where the VA would pay for anyone who wants to come and work with Social Butterflies Foundation as a work study person, if you're in school, and they'll pay for their their salary. They'll pay their salary. So that's great. So we have those opportunities too. So we definitely, veterans are big around here. My husband's a veteran. So it's military family.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure to mention that too, because again, going through the comprehensive programs that you offer through your organization, I was like, how is she getting all this done?
Whew, sleepless night.
Well, I mean, we wanted to have some fun too on the tour before we close out. So let's get into some fun. I'll let Juana and Estella bring in the fun, since I'm the serious side.
She's not the serious one. She's the one that grabs all of us together to have fun together. So I know if we obviously are not over at the East Coast, in the East Coast with you, we're so far away. But if we were on a road trip together, can you share with us what are your must-haves for a road trip? Because we've talked about this everywhere, and this is the Fibromyalgia tour. And so we're on the road right now. What do we have in our bus or in our car on this road trip?
food, and more food. Seriously, I love to eat. Food, a pillow, because after 2 hours, I'm falling asleep on you. I'm sorry. And some good music.
So you wouldn't be driving.
Oh no, you get 2 hours.
2 hours and then a break.
2 hours, I'm going to sleep. And I'll wake up and check on you later.
Okay, so what kind of food? Like, I mean, we're all about food. I mean, that's like all those stops. Every time I travel, I look at, we have to get like the whatever is the best local food ever. So
yeah, I love mom and pop restaurants. You know, the chain restaurants are fine, but I love little spots that you never heard of before. You know, I just like to try different things. It could be anything as long as it tastes good and it looks clean. I'm for it.
Well,
So I don't know.
it's hard with our sensitivity sometimes to food. And I know it's like trying to keep people on track, because I remember visiting Charleston and it's like Brandy was like, how do you sniff out every single pizza place that I've never been to? And I'm like, oh, I shouldn't admit that out loud. But like, yeah, if anyone's like, I will find the best pizza places everywhere you go.
Yeah, pizza, Italian food, soul food. Just, hey, if it tastes good and my nose like the way it smells, we're good.
How about your favorite snacks?
Pringles. I had to, it was so sad because during last year, I had cans of Pringles. I was like, oh Lord. And I had to tell Mr. Pringle, we're gonna have to break up. I love Pringles and Twizzlers. Twizzlers make your mouth happy for real. So it was like, I had to break up with them for a little bit. So I'm trying to do better now.
I'm with you. I every now and then I have to go visit Mr. Pringles as well. And you just brought an image to me. There was something I saw on social media where they're like, this is what you're supposed to do when you like eat the Pringles, like the way you lay them out, the way they're laid out.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew. So if you like drag them out, like they're all like lined up nicely together, and I'm like, oh, I've been eating them wrong all this time.
Me too.
I'm gonna go practice.
Wait. You're supposed to pour them out?
Yes, like with the way you pour them out, like they line up all like nicely together. We're gonna have to have a Pringles demonstration.
Yeah.
I don't have Pringles with me now. If not, I would do it.
Somebody on TikTok may have one.
Right? Yeah, but Pringles, yeah, I'm with you with Pringles. And now there's even like the vegetable potato, the healthier brand of Pringles. Well, it might not be.
I don't want that.
It might not be a Pringles brand, but it tastes good. It tastes good, I promise. I'll bring them on our road trip.
Okay.
And then
we'll try. I'll try one.
Right, we'll try one and you're like, I'm done. But I wanted to ask you, because we talked about gum popping. Do you pop your gum?
I always wanted to know how. I don't know how to do it.
Okay, we'll teach you, because my sister and I are the gum poppers.
Really? And ever since I was little, I used to try because my grandmother does it like a pro. And I'm like, Grandma, and she'll just laugh at me. And I'm like, what? You're not supposed to laugh. You're supposed to show me how to do it.
It's a skill you just build. I don't know how to teach anyone either, but we know Melissa's driving because she does not sleep. She could just drive for hours. We just have to feed her some pizza and also some healthy snacks. Melissa
some
brings
avocados.
Snacks. The avocados, right, Melissa?
Oh yeah, I travel with avocados everywhere in my brain octane. So keep me on track, and I'll drive us 13 hours straight, no problem.
Oh, I'll turn the avocado into some guacamole. Some chips.
And the chips. Oh, like let's not get started. But at least we'll have some healthy snacks, because I know that we have to have a good balance, huh, Melissa? And
yes.
Melissa brings those avocados. We're into the avocados as well. I just have to have my guacamole without onion. So otherwise, we'll have problems.
Well, we don't want the onions.
Okay, we're good then. We'll do that. But it's just amazing to see how this road trip has taken us all the way to Virginia, and it's amazing to see all the work that you're doing. And where can people find you on social media, Chastity?
On Facebook and Instagram, it's Social Butterflies Foundation. And you can always go to our website, socialbutterfliesfoundation.org. And we do have a page specifically for the walk, and it's Butterfly Walk for Lupus and Fibro.
Oh,
Both
fantastic.
Instagram and Facebook.
You have multiple fundraisers, right? Because there's one, the bingo.
Yes, I'm looking forward to the bingo.
I always just want to yell bingo just for the heck of it in the middle of a thing, even though I don't have bingo, but I don't think that's going to be very fun.
Look, come play and do it so we can see.
But I just randomly yell bingo at people like, what? You have bingo? I'm like, no, I'm just kidding.
But you'll see how happy they be when you really don't have it.
Melissa, we have to. I did see that. It's amazing. And I've only done bingo or played bingo once before on social media, and it was so much fun. And I wanted to win so bad, but I think it was the fun and just the engagement. It was really, really amazing. So I'm sure people will tune into the bingo. And if Melissa joins, we know if she calls out bingo, we're gonna know she doesn't really
Let me
have
see your card.
I know. How do you check that virtually? So it'll be fun. I've never played virtually.
It does.
So it's a way that the system that you use, it'll let you know what numbers the person really had on their card, so we can tell. But
wow, you have a whole system.
Definitely, if you guys are available, come do it. May 1st, 7:00. Coco Brown is gonna be doing the hosting and calling out B11, whatever. And you know she's gonna make a big old joke and game of it. So it's gonna be fun. And it's $20 donation and you get 2 cards. And it's gonna be 3 games. If there's time, we'll do a bonus game. But it's like first game is a $50 prize, second is $100, third is $150, and then we got raffle prizes in between. So it's gonna be a good time. Definitely. And all the funds go back into helping our survivors.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's one thing I noticed too, is just like all the cool fundraisers. Because the bingo game, I know Chipotle. I saw Chipotle because I remember I used to do some mod pizza fundraisers with your support group. See, I was paying attention.
You do.
And then the butterfly walk. So I was like, wow, like it's just doing so much fun stuff.
Yeah. And with the butterfly walk, I know last year, like I said, with the pandemic, it was our first time going virtual, and we had people walking all the way in Alaska. I was like, oh, wow. So I'm shipping registration packets to Alaska, and I'm like, I'm all for it. Great, And then people were donating as far as the UK. So I'm like, yes. And I like it because even though it seems like it's virtual, like we're apart, but it's actually bringing us together. So definitely, and you can walk anywhere you want, wherever you want. Some people was on their treadmill. You still walking, you participating, you're supporting. And people were using the hashtag Virtual Butterfly Walk 2021 for this year. And you just register at Butterfly Walk for Lupus and Fibro.org, $35 registration fee. You get your shirt. And this year we're going to do a shirt and a mask. And might throw a little bonus in there. I always have something else extra down. It just be a surprise. So I like to give surprises, but I don't like to receive them. So, and on June 5th, get out there and walk, run, jog, bike ride, skateboard, whatever you like to do, and take pictures of video.
How about walking to the fridge and back? Does that count?
You walk. You gotta get some guacamole with no onions.
Yes, my avocados.
Yeah. So you have the bingo, you have the Chipotle fundraiser, and then you have the walk in June. You said,
yes.
Amazing. Yes. So since you have the walk in June and you have the bingo exciting night, also I want to do a shout out for Melissa. Melissa's doing a fundraiser for pajama. So let's relax.
Yes, I'm doing that.
I'm on that. Yes. So I just created my team. So if you guys want to join, we are doing that with Melissa as well. So, and that's a little bit different, right? Because we haven't seen that. So I love that Melissa's also creating new ways to get engagement with the community. So I think we're going to have so much fun. But the most important part of it is that we're all doing it together and supporting one another, because we know and we understand that what we are doing, we're giving back to the community, and we see it. And these pictures, that's why I love pictures, because you get to see the difference that you are making, and you get, not that you want to show it off, but it just shows us and empowers us to even want to do more, because we know that, like that picture with a young lady with a check, it's like, that's amazing, because I don't just see like, oh my gosh, like, that big old check, obviously it was awesome to see that, but I see that that's changing and transforming the lives of that individual that's receiving that, that's empowering her to not only accept and continue her education, but also learn to give back to the community. And for her to want to be an educator, that's even more powerful, because this is the ripple effect that we are creating, Chastity and Melissa and Juana and everyone out there. The ripple effect is not just what you are doing now, but what's going to happen after, the people that you're touching. And we see it everywhere. We have a young lady that came to our support group at the age of 14, 15. She's now going to school. It loves art, and she's created her own major to incorporate art therapy in the community when she graduates. So these are amazing things. And that's why I love that you shared everything that you're doing, that we had the visual. I'm visual, so I like to see things, the pictures that Melissa put together. And it's just amazing to see all the work that you are doing. And I can't wait to continue to work with you more and to participate and to support one another. And you will get that proclamation. I can feel it. And if anybody out there wants or needs help with that, we can help. We just got another approval yesterday. We heard from the city of West Covina. We're getting the proclamation. So I can't wait to see you holding that proclamation declaring Fibromyalgia Awareness Month and Lupus Awareness Month there in your community.
Yes, and I can't wait either. I'm excited. And I learned so much at that meeting, because I didn't realize it was something that we had to do every year. So I appreciate you guys for that.
And I can't wait for Melissa to put it all together. Like she said, she's donating her time as the nerd, what is it, techie nerd that she calls herself. We're gonna see all that, the US and everywhere else that you guys can do this, light up in every city where we get a proclamation. So I'm excited to see what we are doing together, because we will be able to, to actually see that working together makes a big difference.
It is.
And all things
stronger together.
Yep.
Yes. And I mean, I love that. And again, it's like you mentioned, butterflies don't let each other fly alone. So we're not flying alone in this, and we have all the support out there. So thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it, and all the work that you're doing for the community.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been so fun, and I cannot wait until we take that road trip.
Yay! Well, thank you to all our viewers out there for tuning in to the Fibromyalgia Impact Tour. Stay tuned for more interviews coming up and more educational workshops. I know there's a lot going on May, so please connect with all our advocates out there. Join their events, participate. Like you can see, it goes back to the community and the people that we care about the most. So tune in, and we'll see you next time on the road. Bye.
Thank you.